G'day viewers, welcome to Heavenly Tai Chi and Yoga. My name is Todd and this is your 20-minute yoga flow for golfers to help you drive longer. So let's get to it. So welcome, we're here in our standing position. We're going to go through some body awakening exercises to start with and a couple of important points to be aware of, which are definitely going to help you drive longer. So let's take our feet together. Let's take our hands to prayer pose. We'll take a couple of moments here to center ourselves. A couple of nice long breaths. Find a nice calm and peaceful state. This is our Sankalpa, our dedication, where we dedicate our practice to someone we know who needs a little bit of extra love, support and energy, and let's send that to them now. And now, let's shake out the hands. Let's take our feet out to just on hips width distance apart, and we'll just move nice and easy sideways here. It's called sideways swing. It's actually a Qigong movement, but it's a nice, easy, relaxing way to relax the body to get started in our practice today. So just moving from side to side. Let's step the feet together. Let's extend the left hand out in front. Let's take the right hand on top. Apply a bit of pressure and we'll draw those left fingers back towards the shoulder. This is a great exercise for releasing tension in the wrists. Especially when you're holding the golf club, you want to have a nice and relaxed grip and change over to the opposite side. And then give those hands a nice relax. Let's draw the left hand across the body. A couple of key points we're working on today, working on the strength, working on the stance. We're working on length. We're working on our core. And we're strengthening our back also. As we know with golf, we're generally swinging on one side of the body. So a lot of golfers have back injuries. Right? So key part of today will be working on the back, strengthening the core, supporting muscles. It's going to help you to play golf for longer. And let's release the hands out. Let's do some neck circles here. Release any tension in the neck. And change to the opposite direction. So we know that we're in our swing, our legs, our core, our back is affected, our neck. So we're going to be working on those key points today. So with that in mind, let's move on to our first movement. So we're shifting our hands from side to side, and this movement alone is going to help you drive longer, right? And the key point here is, if you're watching my feet, and we're just shifting from side to side, but as we're shifting forward, we're going to extend that heel, we're going to draw that heel up, just like you would in the swing, right? We're going to extend it across, and then we're going to change over to the opposite side, switching from side to side. But the thing I want you to think about is when you're drawing your hands up, so you're extended here, let's say you're driving from right to left, and as you're coming down, you're compressing yourself into the ground. This is what you've got to think about. You're compressing yourself into the ground on your downswing. Your feet are pressing into the ground, and then as you're rising up out of that, you're exploding up of that, and your right heel comes up and you extend your hands up to the sky. Right? So that's what you've got to think about. You're compressing yourself and then releasing, okay? It's the compression and the release. Compression, release. And I mean when a compression, I mean you're compressing your feet into the ground. That's what I mean by that. So you're pressing your feet into the ground and then you're exploding out of that. That little nugget alone is worth doing the practice today. Let's do that a couple more times and you can practice this. You can work through this just with your golf club. Expanding that explosion out of that movement. Very powerful technique. And you won't see this anywhere else. No yoga teacher will tell you this other than me, because I've got a Tai Chi and Qigong background. So I bring that all to bear when I'm teaching my practice. We'll do a couple more of these. Just work with the breath. And then we're going to come down to our 4-point base position. Let's take our hands down. Come to our 4-point base. We're going to go into our cat-cow mobility posture. We're going to work on our spinal mobility. Why is that important? Again, we want flexibility in the spine. We want to support the muscles. We want to strengthen the core also. So key points here. We want the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Our hips stacked over our knees. Our knees are in line with our wrists. Our fingers are spread nice and wide. Okay, and our feet not tucked in together. They're nice and parallel. So the side of the knee should be parallel to the ankle. So going to our cat-cow posture here, we're going to draw the belly and extend the shoulder girdle up. And then we exhale, release, lengthen the tailbone, lift the head. Let's do this 2 more times. Drawing the belly in. Extending the shoulder girdle. Inhale. Inhale, drawing it in. Extend the shoulder girdle. Lift the head. And then we'll draw our feet together. Let's come back into what we call child's pose or Balasana. Let's extend the hands forward into an extended child's pose. Let's release here for the moment. So always looking for length in our practice. Very important for golf. We always want to make sure we've got good length within the spine. We want to encourage that throughout our practice. Now we work on strengthening our legs today. So from here we're working our hamstrings and our quads here. Strengthening our legs, creating that flexibility, nice long spine. Now we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So we're going to extend our right leg back, extend our left leg back. So the feet should be hips width apart. We're into our high plank here. We're going to draw the hips up to the sky, come into our downward facing dog. From here we're going to pedal the feet back and forth, release tension in the calves. Now we're working our heels down towards the mat. If they don't reach, that is okay. We're pressing into the ground with our hands. You should be seeing a nice upside down V. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Let's look towards our belly button. Now let's step the feet together. Let's extend the left leg to the sky. Let's fold the heel to the sit bone. Let's draw that knee in, rise up on the ball of the feet. We'll draw that left knee in, rolling knee all the way through. Let's draw the knee in right tight with a core and then step it between the hands. Let's lower the right knee to the mat. Let's open the ankle out. Let's extend the hands up to the sky. Lengthen the hands up. And then we'll open them up, drawing the hands back together here. Make sure you don't take out the plant if you've got one behind you. And we're going to draw the shoulder blades together. Lengthen through the spine. Now we'll take the hands back up again. Let's take the hands forward, place it back down off the mat. Let's tuck the toes onto the mat and let's draw that right leg in. Let's forward fold here. Release any tension, release the neck. And then we're slowly going to rise up into our Tadassana or mountain pose. So from here we're going to go into Uttanasana. But let's start here in our Tadassana. Let's extend our nice long spine here. Lengthen the fingers out. Draw the belly in. Now we're going to take our feet just on hips width apart. And it's also called chair pose, Uttanasana fierce pose. So we're going to sit down into the chair, extending our hips back and down. We're We're going to activate the core here to support the spine. Let's extend the hands up to the sky. Let's get nice length here. Let's sit back into the chair. Let's lift the toes and then place them down onto the mat. Lengthen the hands away. Shoulders are down. Now let's extend up. Let's extend the hands up. Take the hands behind us. Let's interlock the fingers. Let's open the shoulders up one more time. Then we'll come back into our chair pose, Uttanasana fierce pose. Extend the hands out, sitting back in the chair. And inhale, drawing up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the feet together. Let's place the hands down onto the mat. Let's keep the knees just slightly bent here. Nice relaxing forward fold. Now let's take our hands to the mat. Let's step our left foot back. Let's draw the right leg up and then let's take the right leg down. Now we'll come into our child's pose, Balasana. We'll sit back in the child's pose. Let's take the hands off the mat. Let's rotate the wrist, nice relaxing moment here. Let's take the hands back up, come into our 4-point base. Let's step the right leg back, let's step the left leg back. Let's lift the hips back to the sky, come back into our downward facing dog. This time we're going to step the feet together and extend the right leg to the sky, fold the heel to the sit bone, rise up to the ball of the feet. We'll draw that right knee towards our core and then we'll step between the hands. Let's take the left knee down to the mat, open the toes out and we'll slowly rise up, extend the hands up to the sky, lengthening up. Make sure we've got a good alignment over the knees, over the ankle, and then we'll open the shoulders. Let's take the hands, interlock the fingers behind us. Drawing the shoulder blades together, let's work in the muscles supporting the spine. And let's open the hands back up. Now let's step the left foot next to the right and we'll forward fold here. Releasing down. Inhale, drawing up. Extend the hands up to the sky. And then draw them down beside you. Now we'll take our feet out, hips width distance apart as we come into our Uttanasana. We're going to lift the toes and then place them back into the mat. We've got a nice solid base here. Let's take the hips down and we'll sit down into our chair pose. Nice strong legs here. This is what we're helping to strengthen legs. Extend the hands nice and long. Should have a nice long line from the bottom of my hips all the way through my fingers. Extend the hands all the way through. And then inhale, drawing up. Let's extend, open the hands out, interlock the fingers behind you. And let's release the hands out, come back into our chair pose. Extend the hands out to the sky. Nice long line here through the spine, through the fingers. Feel the feet in the mat, pressing into the mat. We're working the hamstrings here. Then inhale, extend the hands out to the sky. Forward fold. Step the feet together, forward fold, hands on to the mat. Now let's step the left leg back. Let's step the right leg back. Let's come back into our downward facing dog. And then we'll come down to the mat into our Balasana or child's pose. From here we're going to come to a seated position. And we're going to go into Balasana, which is a seated twist. This is an important part. Obviously, we've got the twisting motion within the swing. So this is going to help with that, we're going to strengthen the core. We're going to gain some flexibility here also. So, want to make sure you've got a nice long spine here. So let's remove the fleshy part away from the sit bones. So you're sitting on the sit bones. We've got a nice long spine here. Let's take the left hand over to the right knee. Let's extend the right hand up to the sky. Inhale, exhale. We take that right hand behind us. We lengthen through the spine. You come onto your finger pads here. You come onto your finger pads. You want to make sure you've got a nice straight line between the shoulder all the way down to the hip. I'm on my finger pads. If this is challenging for you and you feel like you can't get that nice long point here, you can use a block or a brick. Alternatively, you may be able to reach the ground with your hand. You want to make sure you got that nice long spine here. Obviously, that's incorrect because I'm leaning back a little bit. And if you feel like you're leaning back, that's not what we want. We want a nice long spine here. So, back to the position here. Extend the right hand up the sky, place the right hand behind us, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, exhale, twisting to the right hand side, looking over the right hand shoulder. Keep that long spine. And then we come back to the center line. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. From here, we're going to take our right hand to the outside of the left knee. Now we can extend the left hand up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, place the left hand behind us. Inhale, exhale, release. Twisting to the left hand side. Make sure you activate the core here. That's going to give you a little bit more of a twist. And then we'll come back to the center line. Now we're going to do a little modification here. We're going to get a little bit more purchase in the twist, right? We're going to go into a little bit more deeper. So the modification is we take the knife hand of our left hand against the right knee. Extend our right hand up to the sky. We open the shoulder, placing that right hand behind us onto the finger pads or the palm or on the brick or the block, whatever's works for you. Inhale, exhale, activate the core as we twist around to the right hand side. This left hand on the knee is creating an extra bit of traction so we can go deeper into the twist. Keep that long spine and then releasing, feeling that spiraling motion as you're coming back. That's the sort of spiraling motion we want to feel when we're coming out of our swing. Right? That's a spiraling motion. It's going to create that extra length within the drive. That's what we're looking for. We want to drive long. So let's take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Let's extend the left hand up to the sky. Let's take the left hand behind us. Inhale, exhale, twisting to the left hand side, looking over the left shoulder. Make sure you activate your core here. That'll support your spine. Keep that length. And now we're coming back to the center line. Now we're going to go over to the wall. We're going to go into what we call Viparita Karani. So Viparita Karani is absolutely fantastic. If you've just walked 18 holes, you know your legs can feel a little bit dead after 18 holes. So we'll take ourselves as close to the wall as possible and then we'll just sit back and draw the feet up to the wall. Let's extend them up nice and long. Now if you've got a bit of space here between the bottom of your buttocks, you can place a little cushion or a mat here. Let's take the hands out to the side. Legs up the wall. As I said, it's great. You've been on your feet all day, you've just walked 18 holes. Maybe you want to go and play another 18. Amazing. This is what you should do. If anything, do this. Right? If you don't have enough time, just spend a couple of minutes doing this. And your legs will thank you for it. You know, the key part of playing the game of golf is being focused, relaxed, and having plenty of energy. Because when you're on that shot, you're approaching the green or you're off the tee, you want to be as relaxed as possible, but in that one moment, you want to give everything you've got, especially off the tee. Your legs are your foundations for your golf swing. Let's also focus on the breath here. Releasing. One thing I like to do before I go and play a game of golf is I like to visualize how I'm going to play. I visualize off the tee, around the greens, putting. Part of that is relaxing, deep breathing, getting to that state of mind where you're alert, you know what's going on, but you're completely calm and relaxed. And that's where deep breathing helps to relax and calm you. Now to come out of this pose, just slowly draw the feet down the wall and then we'll shift over to the left-hand side. Drawing ourselves up, coming back up. Lovely. Now let's take the mat back to the center of the room. And obviously if you didn't have a wall close by, maybe as a bookshelf or something there, then you can use a chair, okay? Yeah, let's come into our Shavasana. But before we do that, let's come into a lying twist. Just take it right hand against the left knee as we draw the left knee up, and then we'll slowly draw that left knee over to the right hand side. Let's make sure that right leg is activated. Let's take that left hand over our shoulder here, and we'll look over our shoulder to our left hand. Just nice and relaxed here. You know, as we are using one side of our body for the swing, we want to make sure that we can balance out the rest of our body. So now we'll draw our right knee up. Let's draw that over to the left-hand side. Extend the right hand over, looking over the right shoulder. Again, working with a nice long breath. As you're exhaling, should be able to sink a little deeper into the twist. The muscles should relax a little bit more. And that's what we're looking for. Nice and relaxed. Now let's draw our leg back to the center line. Let's take our feet as wide as the mat. Come into our Shavasana, or our final pose, corpse pose, where we relax. Let's close our eyes. Let's release any tension in the body. Feel the body on the mat. Feel the body relaxing, becoming heavier and softening. Let's relax any tension in the face, in the forehead, mouth, the nose, the eyes. You need to be able to switch on and off in golf, and this helps you to switch on and switch off. Now we're switching off. Now we'll tune into the music to relax a little bit deeper. we'll slowly bring ourselves back into the space. Feel the body on the mat. Let's wriggle the fingers and wriggle the toes. Let's draw the feet together. Open the eyes. Actually, let's draw the left leg up and we'll slowly roll over to our right hand side, and then we'll press ourselves up as we come back into our seated pose, Sukhasana, to finish the class. And namaste. Namaste. So there you go, viewers. I hope you enjoyed the class today. Now, that class was put together to help you with your swing so you can drive longer. Please let me know in the comments how you got on. If you want to take it a step further, then check out my yoga for the core and my yoga for the meditation videos. They will help you strengthen the core, which again is going to support your back, which is exactly what you need within the golf swing so you can play a lot more rounds of golf. If this is your first time here, then hit the subscribe button, click the notification button so you get notified when I publish new videos. Nothing left to do now except go and play a round of golf and have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. Namaste.